There's a moment most parents can name exactly. You asked your teen something, nothing heavy, maybe just, "How was your day?" Or, "Is everything okay?" And the way they looked at you said everything their words didn't. Not angry, not dramatic, just done. Like you were someone they decided, somewhere along the way, they didn't need to answer to anymore. Not because they hate you. They don't hate you, but something changed, and you felt it before you could explain it. If you recognize that moment, this video is for you. And I want to say something clearly before we go any further. Noticing that your teen has pulled back doesn't make you a bad parent. It makes you an honest one. Most parents feel this shift and spend months second-guessing themselves, wondering if they said something, did something, missed something. The answer is almost never what you think it is. And understanding the psychology behind what's actually happening is the only thing that genuinely helps. Here's the thing nobody talks about when it comes to teen trust. Everyone focuses on the visible stuff: rebellion, attitude, eye rolls, the loud version of adolescent disconnection. But the real shift that matters is quieter than that. It's not when your teen starts fighting with you. It's when they stop. When they decide, often without a single conscious thought, that you're no longer a safe place to put the things that actually matter to them. And by the time most parents notice it, the shift has already been happening for a while. Here's what's actually happening psychologically. Trust between teenagers and parents is built on what researchers call attachment security, the felt sense that you can bring something painful, embarrassing, or uncertain to another person, and they won't minimize it, weaponize it, or panic about it. A 2019 study published in the Journal of Adolescence found that teens' willingness to openly share with parents dropped significantly when they perceived their parents' responses as emotionally invalidating. Not abusive, not neglectful, just dismissive. Think about what that means. Your teen doesn't stop trusting you because something catastrophic happened. They stop trusting you because small moments accumulate. The time you went straight to advice before you heard them out. The time they told you something that mattered to them and you minimized it, probably without realizing it. They didn't decide to stop trusting you. They learned to. And that distinction matters more than most parents realize because it means it can be unlearned. Now, here's where the neuroscience comes in, and this part is important. The adolescent brain is under significant construction. The prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for long-term reasoning, weighing consequences, and regulating impulses, won't be fully developed until your teen's mid-20s. But the amygdala, the part of the brain that processes emotional memory and threat, is running at full speed. What this means in practice: your teenager's brain is cataloging relational experiences with unusual intensity. A moment where they felt judged, dismissed, or embarrassed by you isn't processed and forgotten the way an adult might process it. It's weighted. It becomes part of a pattern their nervous system starts anticipating. Researchers call this predictive relational processing. Your teen isn't being irrational when they shut you out. They're being efficient. They've run enough relational experiments to form a hypothesis. If I bring this to my parent, here is what happens. And they've stopped testing it, not out of defiance, but out of self-protection. But here's where it gets interesting, and maybe a little uncomfortable. Most parents, when they sense the distance, do something completely human. They push. More questions, more check-ins. I'm here whenever you want to talk. Sometimes more rules, as if structure will restore closeness. And what happens almost every time is that the teen pulls back further. Not because they're being manipulative, because to an adolescent nervous system that has already decided this relationship doesn't feel safe enough for the tender stuff, increased pressure reads as confirmation. It says, "See, this is exactly what I was protecting myself from." The pursuit that's meant to close the gap is the very thing widening it. And here's the paradox at the center of all of this. The harder you work to get your teen to trust you again, the more trust you can erode. Because trust isn't given when someone chases it. It's given when someone creates the conditions for it and then waits. Your teen is simultaneously testing you and withdrawing from the test. They want to come back, and they're watching quietly, constantly, to see whether it's actually safe to. Now, I want to be straightforward about something. Sometimes a teen's withdrawal from a parent isn't just developmental. If your teen is pulled back from everyone, not just you, but friends, teachers, the activities they used to love, or if the withdrawal came alongside changes in sleep, appetite, or mood that concern you, that's worth taking seriously. Emotional shutdown can be a response to something much heavier than a relational drift. In those cases, professional support isn't a last resort. It's the most caring thing you can offer them. Take a moment and try to picture this from inside your teen's experience. They're 15, maybe 16. Their social world is more complex than it has ever been. Friendships are shifting. Identity is genuinely up for grabs, and they're feeling things they don't have language for yet. And in the middle of all of that, they've arrived at a quiet conclusion. The one relationship where they're supposed to be able to fall apart is one where they have to stay composed instead. That is an exhausting way to grow up, and most teens carrying it never say so out loud. Here's what I want you to take from that. A teenager who has shut down relational trust with a parent is not a teenager who stopped caring about that parent. Psychologists call this defensive detachment, and it only develops in relationships that had weight to begin with. You don't build walls where there's nothing to protect. The fact that your teen chose, consciously or not, to guard something from you is evidence that the relationship still matters to them. They're not indifferent, they're guarded, and those are not the same thing. That moment you noticed, the look on their face, the pause before they said, "Fine," the door that closed a little too deliberately, that wasn't the end of something. It was information. It was your teen's nervous system telling you exactly where the distance is. And distance, when you understand what created it, can be closed, not through the perfect conversation, not through pressure or patience alone, through becoming, one small interaction at a time, someone they can predict will receive them well. Trust doesn't come back all at once, but it comes back, and it usually starts with a moment so small you almost miss it. If this resonated with you, subscribe. I make videos like this every week, and the next one is about something that shows up in almost every parent-teen disconnection. What it actually means when your teen shuts down the moment you try to talk. Not what it looks like, what's actually happening underneath it. I think it'll land. I'll see you there.